So, I am walking through a neighborhood in Bangkok, very close to Icon Siam. It's a Sunday evening, and yeah, parts of the city can be quite crowded, but it's a little bit more quiet on this street. Oh. So, it's no secret that a lot of people want to visit Thailand, and they may be wondering if Thailand is safe. Well, generally speaking, I feel safer in Thailand than I do just about every place else. But I've spent more than 3 years of my life in Thailand, so I'm very familiar with it. And generally speaking, I think Thailand is a very safe place. I feel like I can walk around at any time. You know, you can go out at 3 a.m., you know. And there are dangerous parts of Thailand. Like, I think Pattaya is a little bit dangerous. There's a lot of crime in Pattaya. I've been to some of the most southern provinces in Thailand, like Pattani, Narathiwat, Yala. Those are places that I would be very careful if you ever visit. You know, they're not places that tourists typically go. So yeah, I mean, there's political issues, there's civil unrest, there's political violence, I'll say. You know, there's car bombs. I never actually saw one go off, but I did see at least 2 cars that appeared to have been blown up when I was in Pattani and Narathiwat. So be very careful. But I don't think most of you guys are going there. Some of you might, but most probably no. Bangkok is pretty safe, although there are some bad areas of Bangkok. Parts of Bangkok can be quite rough. I think like Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai are both very, very safe. Bangkok is pretty safe, but a little rougher. Khao San Road, yeah, I mean, that's a place where a lot of foreigners like to go, especially young people, young backpackers. Khao San Road is foreigner friendly, but it can get really rowdy sometimes, especially at night. You know, a lot of people get drunk and there's a lot of fighting. I don't think it's the safest place. You know, a lot of areas in Bangkok are very safe. I think the area I'm in right now is very safe. Like, if you guys see the street that I'm walking down, this is what it looks like. So I'm walking down this little neighborhood alley in Bangkok all alone, and yet I'm not scared in the slightest. I feel very safe. Whew. Ugh. It's a little hot. What are things that you might have to watch out for when you come to Thailand? Well, to be honest, the things that I've dealt with the most are just people trying to overcharge. Like, maybe people will sell things at a price that it's not actually worth. Sometimes taxi guys will not want to start the meter for you. They'll tell you their price, which is usually jacked. So yeah, you might want to either learn to take local transportation like the bus, the subway, the boat. You can use the Grab app to where they'll give you a fixed rate on the taxi. The Grab taxi is usually a little bit more than if you go by meter, just my experience. But it's perfectly safe, and they're not gonna like ridiculously jack the price. I mean, on Grab you pay what it is. You know, the guy's not gonna give you his price. Alright guys, I'm back. I crossed over the river. I temporarily turned off my camera because I didn't want to lose it in the water. But anyhow, I'm now on the other side of the Chao Phraya River. So anyhow, when it comes to safety, I think that generally speaking, you know, just use common sense. I think being a foreigner here is very safe. To be honest, I think you have to worry about other foreigners here more than you do Thai people. I often think that there are there's people of all kinds that come to Thailand. You know, there's people from every country here. And, you know, people are here for different reasons. You know, some are here because maybe they want to live in a place that's cheaper than where they're from. Maybe they want new opportunities. Maybe they like the beauty and food of Thailand. There could be some people that are like felons back home, and they're trying to escape the law. I don't know. I'm not going to speak out on behalf of anybody. Yeah, there are some things in Thailand that you need to be a little bit wary of. It is not the safest place in the world, sadly. and it can be dangerous sometimes, especially in the big cities. Although I do feel pretty safe in Bangkok, as I've mentioned. There are some problems with gun violence in Thailand. I know there have been a couple of shootings. There was a shooting not too long ago at Siam Paragon Mall. So, yeah, just be careful, but shootings are not very common. Or at least I've never actually seen one myself. I think you're more likely to end up in a bad situation if you're engaging in some sort of illegal activity, like looking for drugs, looking for prostitutes, or you get mixed up with the mafia in some way. I think that might land you in a bad situation. But as somebody that just goes about his business, you know, like maybe you go to work, you go out and buy groceries, you go find a place to eat, go to the mall, you very, very rarely will run into any trouble. Well, anyhow, I think that's about it for this video. If you found this helpful, please subscribe, give a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Check out these links to some of my other videos. Feel the burn for Burnhearts world, and take care, everybody.